Upper tier for wide receiver, Jamar, you have Jefferson, you have Puka Nacua, you have St. Brown, AJ Brown, Devontae Adams. I kind of like AJ Brown again this week. And I like Devontae Adams. And this again is not a straight results chasing thing. I think I could make a pretty good argument to you, Ben, that this game was kind of in the making for Devontae Adams. And we just bailed out too early. What do I mean by that? Listen to his targets over the last 6 games. 11, 13, 7, 12, 11, and 12. This is still one of the preeminent receivers in football. He's still getting double-digit targets every single week. And I'd be lying to you if I said I was shocked that he had a massive performance.
No, there was certainly, it didn't come out of nowhere. Obviously, everything came together, and you want to keep targeting him. I get it. I'm going to go to the other side of that exact game, though.
Puka?
I'm going to Puka. I never play him, but I like the spot, flat 8.
I don't hate it. How about Kupp having 0 receptions?
I mean,
sad.
I can't get them right. They're the new Metcalf Lockett for me. I just can't get them right.
Yeah.
But, it's funny. Everyone's rightfully so. Devontae Adams, what a huge game. Amazing, blah, blah, blah. And Brian Thomas on the other side of that game had 14 targets. He had 10 for 105 and 2. Puka's going to get his. The Jets defense is awful.
They're not good right now. They're really not good right now, which is why I actually like this game.
Yes, there's definitely opportunities on both sides of this game.
Also, I think Jamar, if you can get to him, is a really sneaky play. I don't want to say sneaky, but I don't think he's going to be mega chalk at all this week.
I doubt it. Yeah.
I'll go Devontae because of that. I really like that game atmosphere. And you're going Puka. We'll go to, who would have thought we're going Rams, Jets.
What a world.
St. Brown's always viable here. AJ Brown, Jefferson. I think you'd agree all of these guys are very much in play.
Yeah, I mean, best receivers in the league for a reason.
Yep. Only reason I'm going Adams is because I think I'm going to need to open up salary in some spots, and I can't just play everybody at 8,500.
Yeah.
There's a lot in the mid-tier. A lot in the mid-tier this week. I don't see how Brian Thomas isn't going to be my guy that slots in as my top mid-range guy at 6. He should be 7,500 at this point.
Great play. I have 0 pushback. Probably would be mine. I'm just going to go to JSN.
Okay, really? I would not have expected that. I love it.
I just think he's slowly. It's not to say like Metcalf is done. That's ridiculous. JSN is really good though, and he's certainly on the ascension.
$5,500 now. It's crazy.
I know, but I think they're in a more accurate price point. Lockett to Metcalf to JSN.
Sure. I also wonder, is that knee or those injuries still plaguing the shoulder, the knee, still plaguing Metcalf? I bet they
Very
are.
possible. He had 12 targets. This is a tough game against Minnesota, but even last night, Minnesota handled the Bears, but DJ Moore and Keenan Allen guys, you can get some production, and he's a fine price point. I love Brian Thomas, but I like JSN.
Both of those guys look good. Jordan Addison, Malik Neighbors just getting massive targets right now. I think is another guy against Atlanta, just a bad Atlanta team. If Atlanta lost this game outright, it wouldn't shock me. That's how poorly I feel about it. Last night made me feel worse about Atlanta, even with them winning.
What? Way worse.
Right? But I'm saying they snap a 4-game losing streak, and I still go, something's not right here.
Yeah,
they stink. Juwan Jennings, Jacoby Myers, Devontae Smith is 5,800. DJ Moore, I think, is in a great spot. We don't, this is a first look show. We don't go through everything with a fine-tooth comb. Adam Thielen, Ben, at 5,600, I think is another guy that could be primed for a great bounce back against Arizona this week too.
There's definitely, I mean, the 5s are full of, hey, Calvin Ridley's down there.
What if Jameis starts? Would you play Judy?
I mean, you could, but it's not my favorite at 67. Okay.
I'm only asking because this Bengals defense, it's been masked the past couple of weeks.
It's bad.
By a punt, a weird punt, and a terrible Tennessee team that still scored some points. This defense stinks.
Yep.
Mid-tier is loaded at wide receiver. And I think there's a decent amount in the bottom tier too. Sub, like say 5,500 and below. Jamison Williams, Marvin Harrison's 454, Keenan Allen's 53, Rome is 5K. Dave, you could even look at like a David Moore at 3,600, Coker's 42. I have one for you though that I think is interesting. We might need some value this week. What
Huh?
do you think about Wandale against an Atlanta defense that gives you so many of those easy 7, 8, 9 yard receptions with not much after the? It's like a tailor-made matchup for Wandale this week to give us 17.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I definitely see that. It's just I do worry about. I mean, they're just so bad. The entire team. Like he has 20 targets over the past 2 weeks, and it hasn't done anything because they just can't get out of their own way. So, there's not a lot down there. Michael Pittman to me is kind of interesting. He's quietly at 5K. I know Richardson is a mess, but 9 targets. Home matchup against Tennessee. I'm bullish on Indy in this game. I think Tennessee is beyond done.
Okay. You know what? You might be right there. It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's over. Tennessee is on autopilot to nowhere.
God, Tim Boyle could be in for the Giants. Drew Lock,
That's
who knows?
yeah.
If it's Drew Lock, by the way, if it's Drew Lock, I'm playing Malik Neighbors. Lock stinks. Don't get me wrong, but Atlanta doesn't have a good pass rush or a good defense anymore. I think Malik Neighbors. You know, there are certain spots where you just say people have sold too much on a player, and 6,100 on Neighbors with double-digit targets weekly. That's gonna. I might live in the mid-range this week, man.
It's a great range. The 5 and 6K range
Yeah.
is absolutely awesome.
So wait, who's your favorite low tier?
I'm gonna go Michael Pittman for my low tier. You're
How
going
much
Brian
is it?
Thomas for mid range. Who are you going for your low tier?
How much is Pittman?
5K.
I could go like Keenan out. Do you care if I just go to bump it 100 and go Adam Thielen at 56?
No, I think it's that because if you go really balanced this week, you don't need cheapies. You just may not be able to get to the 8s.
Right. And he is pretty cheap anyway.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
So, all right, let's do it. Let's go Adam Thielen. If I had to go elsewhere, probably Marvin Harrison at 5,400.
I keep trying to buy on him. The Cardinals are an enigma, but
They are. It's really like it's just Trey McBride style at this point.
yeah.